As the credits of Toy Story 5 rolled in, I teared up, listening to Taylor Swift's new song. It got me thinking about her old country style of You Belong With Me. And then I thought, wait, what was the message of that movie again? I was so lost in the nostalgia, I had forgotten the message of Pixar. Did Taylor steal the show? Somehow, unlike You Got a Friend in Me, that song was left to the end credits. I just keep thinking, is there a world in which Pixar and Taylor make something that is bigger than the sum of their parts? Hello. You're such a baby. There are essentially 5 main ways songs make it into film. I'm not talking about a soundtrack here, I mean a song, something you could hear on the radio. That poses a completely different challenge from a typical movie soundtrack, but we'll get into it. Musicals are the first thing that come to mind. That's when the emotions of a character are just too intense, and they need to break into songs to let it all out. Think La La Land. And yes, Mocha, also your favorite, the Cruella de Vil song, right? Cruella de Vil. There's also the odd theme song that got composed for film, like James Bond. These songs become emblematic of the series, and fans are awaiting their releases. The problem with Toy Story 5 is those 2 first ways kind of don't really mesh well with it. Remember, we want an approach that would work for a Pixar movie. You don't want it to become a musical because then it would be too much like a princess movie. And Toy Story doesn't really have an opening theme song usually. You could also get a diegetic song, one that gets heard by the characters of the movie. Edgar Wright does this all the time. Would that work here? Somehow the idea of toys listening to music kind of doesn't mesh well. We need another approach. So what Pixar decided to do is to leave Taylor Swift's song to the end credits. That way you don't really need to bake it into the film. This sometimes leads to missed opportunities. When the Hunger Games film came out, one of my favorite Coldplay songs came with it. I couldn't wait to hear that song in the action of the movie. And then when it was left to the end credits, I was disappointed. They just had a beautiful song at the end, but it really wasn't part of the movie. Having an actual song as part of a movie soundtrack is really hard. Not only because if you use the wrong tone, it leads to disaster. Holy shit! Somebody once told me the world is gonna... This interview with Alex Seaver shows one of the hurdles of doing just that.
When I'm scoring the show with Alex Temple, the sort of background instrumental music, it's a little bit easier in some respects because you can do a lot of subtle moves to match what's happening on screen that the audience is never going to notice. When a song starts, for the most part, there's like an expectation that tempo's going to stay the same the whole time. When you hear a vocal, it's going to sing for a long time.
This specific song was a real challenge for Alex Seaver because in the middle there's this pivotal, beautiful moment. But you don't want to have your climax of your song right in the middle. It doesn't leave enough room to grow, and you want the structure to make sense to listeners.
I don't even know what I'm doing in this area. I was just messing around.
So how do you make this moment that is beautiful but still leaves room to grow? You create that beautiful bridge, which is intense, but doesn't break the flow of the song. Movies and TV series that use songs as part of their development process can make something that is bigger than the sum of their parts. We create an emotional link between the song and the movie. The song gets deeper because we have all of this baggage with the characters of the movie. And the movie gets better because the lyrics sometimes can add deeper meaning to the moment. I will always remember this moment of the Barbie movie. She isn't smiling a fake smile anymore. She feels both the pain and the joy of real life. I'm okay. Did you like that movie? Did you like that movie? Yes, you did. In writing What Was I Made For, Billie Eilish was able to get more of that moment. Her lyrics are the words that Barbie cannot say outright, but feels deeply. Barbie is lost, and Billie brings meaning. Better than the sum of its parts. So, did Taylor Swift miss the mark when she wrote her song? I don't think so. This song was more of an homage to the franchise than about that specific movie. And the crazy thing is, Taylor watched the movie and she was so moved by it that she just had to write this song.
Went to go see Toy Story 5, got so inspired, got the songwriter Zoomies, wrote the end credit song for Toy Story 5. In 2 hours, Bob Iger and Tom from Pixar are coming to hear it. This is one of the most fun days of my life.
This is about her coming back to her roots and her love for Jessie, the cowgirl. I just can't help but keep wishing for that alternate universe where Pixar and Taylor started working together from the start. Maybe then we would have gotten something that is bigger than the sum of its parts. But once again, Taylor steals the show. I'm Penguin Astronaut, and I demystify the craft of music for you to enjoy it even more. This is Mocha, and he approves this message. Hi, baby. Good boy. Okay, hold on.